Hi everyone, Deb with Dahlia Designs here. So last month I didn't do an unboxing of the Bargain Bead Box, but I decided to this month. I did get the one last month and actually did use it for Passion for Purple collab, I believe. Yeah, I've been way behind on my projects for the things that I've unboxed, and I'm only getting two kits. One is sponsored and one is not. This is one of my favorites, and the other one is the Potomac Beads Treasure Kit. That unboxing will be up on the 10th for the month of March, so come see that. And okay, let's get into this. I have already taken it out of the bag, and this is what it looks like. It's a black bag this time. It is called Art Deco Luxe. Um, Inspired by the glamour of the Roaring Twenties, this package includes black, gold, teal, and green tones with a touch of pearlescence. Black agate and onyx teardrops, I like that idea, combined with agate beads, coated hematite, we especially love the chevrons, lab created shell pearls, I like those too because they're unlike freshwater pearls, they're very round usually. I don't know what shape these are, I'm guessing round. And so they're more perfectly round is what I'm trying to say. If you want a more organic look, then you go with freshwater pearls. Sparkling crystal accents and high quality gold findings in Art Deco inspired teardrop motifs. I'm not a gold girl. I've been using it quite a bit lately, but we'll see. All right, so let's just dump this out and see what we have. And there's always a coupon code. And this month it is no exception. It's 30% off. And then there's a new Facebook group, well, new as of a couple months ago, I think, that you can share your projects and get a chance to win stuff. All right, so I'm turning it over to the key on the other side. And this is the kit for March. I'm going to organize these by number and maybe take them out of the bags, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I have this all laid out and organized. I do have the bags with it so I can keep track of what number everything is, and let's just get started. This is the Art Deco Luxe Collection by Bargain Bead Box. The first thing is an 8-inch strand. It's the only strand, I didn't count how many are on here. 5.5 by 6 millimeter hematite man-made coated chevron beads. Now the interesting thing about these is I think I have these in actual real hematite or from like Michael's or something. These have one hole. So unlike the beads from another kit I've gotten that were chevron sort of shaped, those were 2-hole beads. These are smaller in diameter and they're 1-hole. So they'd just be easy enough to string on, you know, like something like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I love teal. It doesn't have the color on the sheet, but these are like a deep teal color, so I really like those. And they're very smooth to the touch. Really like those. And the next up is, actually I lied, I didn't count these either. These they call 7.5-inch strand, 4 millimeter, finely faceted hematite parentheses man-made AB rounds. Honestly, I guess they're a little heavier than a crystal would be, but they have the sparkle of a crystal. Those are really pretty. And a lot of the hematite nowadays is man-made. Some places call it hemalite or something like that. Anyway, that might just be a brand. They're partly dull and partly sparkly. They almost have like a purpley hint to them. I think they're like a jet AB, like, well, I don't know. They didn't give a color. Just says hematite man-made AB round. So I guess like a black hematite with an AB finish, but it gives them a purpley look to them. Can you see that? Purple and blue, that's the AB finish. And they, like I said, they have a little more weight on them than crystals do. Now we got a meter of chain, 3 by 2 millimeter. It is a finer chain than a lot that we've gotten in the past, but I think you could probably fit, and I'm trying to see, it says oval, but it almost looks like a Rolo style, because it's not flat. It's like the ovals go one way and then this way and then that way again, if you know what I mean. So it's like a Rolo chain, but it's finer than usual. It's very pretty. Maybe it was just the way I was holding it. I don't know. Okay, so that is a meter, which is about 39 inches, by the way, roughly. Then 50 pieces. I almost lost one of these earlier onto the floor, but I found it. These are, actually, I'm just going to pick up two here to show you. These are like a bicone bead, but they're flatter on one side and pointier on the other, I think. They call them 4mm brass corrugated bicone spacer beads. They're little, they're like a squished bicone in a way. They're not real, they're not elongated is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if you can. They do have some corrugation on. Boy, that was hard to see, even to my eye. It's like half of them is corrugated, and maybe half isn't. Yeah. So they're cute. I like them. I like spacer beads. All right, these are the shell pearls, and I would just love to have, like, I have some. Every time I see these, if they have extras, I buy them because I just love them. They're like a pearl, only like I said earlier, they're more round than a freshwater pearl, but they're made out of the shell of the, out of shell. They're manufactured, they're man-made. But they're 8mm rounds, and I got 25 on my strand, my 7.5-inch strand of 8mm white shell pearls, man-made. Love those. So many uses for white shell pearls. This is number 6. It's funny, they had the bag like this, so that would look like 9 and 9 would look like 6, but I put a line under it so I know this is number 6. 16 by 18mm 18 karat gold plated brass swirled teardrop toggle clasp. Very pretty toggle clasp. I'm not going to take it apart right now, but I'm hoping that, I think that will stay in because it's much longer than the opening. I don't know how hard it'll be to get in there. I don't think it should be too hard. That's a pretty clasp, and it's not too huge. This is gorgeous. This is number 7. I'm not usually a gold person, but there's a few things in here that I just love. This is one of them, and it has hearts in it. This is 28 by 15mm 18 karat gold plated brass filigree pendant, teardrop pendant, NF, nickel free. Does not say lead free or cadmium free, but I don't know. Definitely says lead free. It's really pretty. It's intricate and it's very lightweight. And then number 8, I love these. 2-piece 19.5 by 8mm gold plated brass filigree teardrop charms, nickel free. These are gorgeous. And they're also lightweight because they're filigree. They're so pretty. I love those. Yep. I like stuff like that, filigree. Now the next thing I don't particularly love, and I got 88 of them on this 16-inch strand. It's 6 by 4mm crystal faceted rondelle beads, which I usually love, rondelles and crystal. I just don't like the two-tone gold and black. I don't know. It's just me. I mean, it's pretty. I'll use them as accents here and there, I guess. I'm not a big fan of the two-tone crystals. I like the ones that are sort of clear and have multiple colors to them. Like I had used some sort of smaller ones that were blue with a little bit of copper or bronze in them or something, and they had a hint of purple. But this very obvious two-tone, I just am not a fan of. That's just my personal preference. Also, I had a history of making a beautiful black, gold, and white jewelry set years and years ago. Soon, it was like a multi-strand necklace. I still have it. It never sold. Nobody liked it, and it was beautiful. But black and gold and white together don't sell well for me. However, these I love. So that's the only thing, to be honest with you, that is the only thing in this kit I don't really care for. Okay, this one I love. This is agate. It's 15-inch strand, 8 millimeter, black agate, cold to the touch, dyed and heated round beads. Now these are gemstones, so you're going to have a little bit of irregularity. I can see one already that just has a little bit of irregularity. This one here, where that clear is, it's a little dimpled, not too much though. And I got 48 on this 15-inch strand, and I love these. So, and some of them are clearish or grayish, and some have a little bit of more gray than black, but that's the beauty of gemstones. I just love them. I will be using those. Okay, number 11. These are very lightweight too. It's a 4-piece, 17 by 11 millimeter stainless steel. Open teardrop charms, golden, made of hypoallergenic stainless steel, it says. And they have a little hole for a jump ring. Very lightweight, smooth on both sides. Many uses for those as well. I will probably use them as an obvious thing for, earrings or something, because they're lightweight, and I like that for earrings. Okay, number 12, which mine was not labeled. I don't know if the label came off or what, but I thought these were Malaysia jade at first, which isn't real jade, but these are glass. This is 15-inch strand, 8 millimeter glass pearl beads. I wouldn't call them pearl. I just call them solid color, opaque glass. Maybe that's why they call them pearls, but they don't have a pearlescence to them. They're just an opaque teal green glass beads. Now, these are more, to me, these are more garden green than teal. This to me is teal. Do you see the difference in color? It has more blue in it. This is green to my eye, which is okay. They're pretty. I don't know if I'll use them with black, but I might use them with pearl, shell pearl or something. So we'll see. It's a good time for green right now with St. Patrick's Day and stuff coming up. In spring, all the green. My daffodils are actually blooming. I'm like, oh, what? It's not even spring yet officially. A couple more weeks. Not too many weeks, right? Anyway, I got 54 beads on my strand, so, somewhere in that vicinity should be yours. These I love. These are 2-piece, 17.5 by 13 millimeter onyx, dyed, and brass, faceted teardrop charms, nickel free. I love these. Again, very nice for earrings. Those will probably be going into Deb Houck's personal jewelry wardrobe, as these might as well once I make something with them. Number 14 I also love. It's these barrel beads again. 10-piece strand, 10 millimeter faceted, crystal faceted barrel beads in jet. These are crystal. I think I've had these in, well, crystal before, but I think I've also had some in gemstones from, I don't know if it was from Bargain Bead Box or somewhere else. They're so sparkly and pretty. I do love those. And then this pendant I also love, probably going right with these in Deb's personal jewelry stash, even though I'm mostly a silver girl. This is about an approximate 37 by 21 millimeter black agate dyed faceted teardrop pendant. So honestly, I am not 100% sure of the difference between black onyx. It looks a little more opaque than the agate does, but they look very similar, except I'm smearing them up with my fingers. So I've never been sure, and actually at a bead show once I asked one of the sellers there, what's the difference between black agate and black onyx? And he said, these days, not much. In other words, people were selling black agate as black onyx. Real black onyx is much more expensive and harder to come by, apparently. So a lot of the onyx on the market is either dyed or it might even be just agate dyed. So there you go, a little history. And that's from a bead show seller kind of thing. Okay, and not all bead show sellers are reputable, by the way, but many are. So just be careful. There's a bead show coming to me soon. And I am kind of determined not to go to any this year, although I really want to, of course, but I spend too much money and I don't need anything. Anyway, this is number 15, 37 by 21 millimeter black agate dyed faceted teardrop. Nope, never mind. That was what we just looked at. This is a 7-inch strand, 10 millimeter black and white agate dyed slash heated, faceted rounds. So these are not faceted, number 10, and these are just considered black agate, where these are considered black and white, and I do see the difference. This is more, number 10 is more blacks and browns and grays, and this is more blacks and whites, and it does have a faceting to it. It's gorgeous. I love it. I like this more than I like that even. So, yeah. Okay, number 17. Oh, and there's 19. I got 19 on here. It's funny that we don't get 20 or 25 or 50. We get 48 and 19 and stuff like that. But maybe that's why they're in a closeout thing. I don't know. Okay, number 17, the last one. There's only 17 in it this time. But we got quite a few like gemstones or man-made gemstones and some different things. And these pendants that are beautiful and this filigree. Anyway, I think it's worth the money paid for this kit for sure. 20-piece strand, 8 millimeter crystal faceted drop beads in teal AB. Now, I had to look at these because if you just look at those, they look almost round, right? And I guess they're drops because they come to a tiny little point. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Like, I'm looking at this one here. And I don't know if you can tell. And they're on here different directions. So, like, this one goes the other way. Very subtle drop. I'd call them almost round beads as opposed to drop beads, honestly. They don't have much of a droppiness to them, if that makes sense. But they're pretty. I really like them. This one has more defined drop. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. They just come to they're round with a little point on one end. It's different. I don't know that I've seen those before. Anyway, oops, my thing is moving. So that is the kit, Art Deco Deluxe Collection. If they took these out or gave us solid gold ones, I'd be happier. But otherwise, I think it's a great box. I like having gemstones in it. These look like gemstone, but they're glass. These are man-made gemstone, and these are cold to the touch. Finely faceted hematite man-made AB rounds. So I don't know how they hand make hematite, but these almost have, like I said, a purpley blue look to them. They're pretty. They probably go nice with everything, actually. So I hope you enjoyed that. You never know what you're going to get each month, and they vary the metals. So sometimes we get silver, sometimes antique brass, sometimes copper, and sometimes gold. And if you don't like various metals, then maybe it's not the kit for you. But if you like, nearly full strands of gemstones with your kits at a reasonable price, plus some crystals and other accessories, this might be the kit for you. And it is reasonably priced. As far as I know, it's still around $20 a month. I can't remember if that includes shipping or not. I think so, but maybe that's changed. I don't know. You'd have to go to the website. I do have a link down below, and also a $2 off if it's your very first box, or $2 off at their sister store, Bead Box Bargains, that you can use one time. And so feel free to use that coupon code and the link below. Really, it's just to take you to where to get a subscription. And if you sign up under me, I get credit for referring friends, if you will. And after 3 referrals, I might get a free month of a kit, which helps me a little bit. But that's if you're interested, and if not, and to those of you who have done that already, thank you so much. I actually in the past have gotten 2 free kits, so thank you. I do appreciate that, because it adds up over time, you know. All right, everyone, take care. Have a wonderful March, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.